Hello, it's Just Going here, and welcome back to my series called How to Play. Basically, if any of you don't know what this series is, I'm going to be going through basically everything that you need to know about how to play on the Xbox One version. I have been thinking that I might do this for PC as well, and I'm going to be doing it for PC as well. I'm not sure about the Better Together. I don't think I'll do it for the Better Together because that's usually the same as this Minecraft, but it's a bit different, so I'm not going to do it for that one. So I will be doing it for PC as well, but that'll be starting soon. So yeah, so basically How to Play is basically a series where I just talk about stuff of how to play on the Xbox One version. So in the last video I talked about creative mode. So basically I talked about how you play in creative, of how you can build blocks and all that, and that's going to be quite good. So today's How to Play video is going to be about inventory, and basically this one's going to be an easy one. This is an absolutely easy peasy one. So inventory is basically a thing where you grab items. So basically the way how inventory works is basically if your hotbar is full up with stuff, basically if I go into my menu, you can see that this is your inventory down here. So basically this is your hotbar and this is your inventory, and what happens is basically if your stuff is filled on your hotbar, you get stuff down here. That's kind of the way how it works. So yeah, that's kind of like the way of actually how inventory works. So basically, there's a couple of things of actually how to get the inventory, and that is whether that your things are full. That's whether if your things are full or something like that. That's kind of the way how it works. So I'm not going to really speak a lot about it in this video because I know that I don't really know it. So I'm not going to be going through everything. I'm just going to be technically just going through of what my opinions are for about it. So basically the way how it works is basically as we get some lag again, yeah, it's basically the way how it works is your if your hotbar is full with stuff, apparently if your hotbar's full, apparently stuff go in your inventory. That's kind of the way how it works. So basically, if your inventory is full up with stuff like that, kind of like your hotbar and stuff, yeah, basically you get full with stuff as well. So I know it's a little bit different, but yeah, that's kind of the way how it works. So if I just go down here, I'm just going to make myself a furnace so I don't get attacked by Googlies here. If I just go to here and just make myself a furnace, I can just cook some of this food very quickly. There we go. So I can just start cooking some of that. I'm just going to make myself a little bit more of that. Let's go and put that in there. Oh yeah, so basically, I'm going to show you guys actually how it works. So basically, if your hotbar is full, you get stuff in here. So it's pretty easy. So if you're getting like all random stuff that you need, you can basically just put it in your inventory, or you can put it in your hotbar. So if there's basically like anything that you don't need, or anything that you don't need to mine with, or something like that, basically you can put it in your inventory. So it's really simple. I thought it wasn't going to be simple when I actually did it, but apparently when I discovered it from before, it was actually pretty easy when I did it. Yeah, it was absolutely really easy. To be fair, I thought it was going to be really difficult, but when I technically discovered it, it was actually completely really easy when I did it, because basically the thing you can do, by the way, is when you put something in here, you can actually get it out straight away. So instead of dragging it to the inventory to the hotbar, you can actually drag it from here to the inventory, but basically you can do it in a quicker way. So if you click that and then click it again, you can see it goes back in your inventory completely quickly as you can. And that was technically one of the updates of actually what happened. Basically, another back in the past, you can only drag the items in the inventory, but now with basically this update, you can actually now actually click it, and basically it will go straight into your inventory without clicking any button apart from when you click the A button. So that's kind of a few ways how basically inventory works. I know that I don't really know it exactly, but that's kind of the way how inventory works. And it's a pretty simple thing, because every time when you don't need anything or anything like that, it's an absolutely pretty simple thing. So what I'm going to do now, by the way, is I'm just going to go into the settings about it, and I'm just going to have a look what it's about. So here we go. So you can see this. Yeah, you can see that that's your inventory. So press Y to view your inventory, which is pretty simple. So it's the Y button. So it says this screen will basically show you items that are available of using in your hand, and all other items that you are carrying. Your armor is also shown here. So basically what that means is basically you can also put your armor on as well in your inventory. So basically if you make an iron armor or maybe leather armor or something like that, you can actually put it in your inventory, and then you can put it on yourself, and that is actually really, really good. Use RS to move your pointer. So basically, this means when you pick up stuff, so it says A to pick up the item which is under the pointer. If there is more than one item you'll be picking up by using your X to pick up half of the item. So basically, what that means is basically when you have full stuff, you can actually make it into half. So half of 64 is 34, I think. I'm quite rubbish at maths. And basically, when you've done that, you can take half of that. Another thing it says here, you can place items down by using A to multiply items on the pointer, and use A to place then, and then all to place just one. So basically, what that means is you can actually use the method where you just want one block, so you can actually just click that. Next thing is basically when you basically have items pointing at the armor, you can quickly move to the correct armor slot by pressing Y. So basically what that means is when you have your armor in the wrong place, you can basically just change it, so you can have your armor in exactly the right place. And the final one, it says it's possible to change your color of leather armor by dyeing it. You can also use inventory menu by picking it up on the dye you want to use by pressing X while pointing it over and the piece of armor you want to dye. So basically another thing, another cool thing you can do in the inventory, by the way, is you can actually dye your own armor. So, for example, when you've got your leather armor, you can actually dye it all, by the way, which I don't think I've done for a while. So, yeah, that's technically one thing you can do when you're in the inventory. So, there is kind of a few things you can do in the inventory. Well, there's kind of a few different things you can do. I think the most important thing I do love about the inventory is basically when you dye stuff. So, basically, when you dye in loads of kind of things, I think I got to say that's got to be the thing that I really, really enjoy, because basically when you're in the inventory, you can put stuff away that you don't need and something like that. And that's like one important thing I do love about the inventory, because basically it's one of them sort of things where you're going to try and basically the stuff that you don't need, you can just put it back in there, and it's just like completely like really, really easy to be able to use. Like, I know it's actually not that difficult, but like basically when you're trying to like mine stuff or anything like that, it's just completely like really, really easy to be able to do it. And it's actually just completely really, really easy to like use the inventory. Like, it's not even that easy, basically, if you compare it. But like when you compare it to everything else, it's just completely just like really, really easy to be able to like compare it and anything like that. So that's kind of the way how inventory works at the moment. I'm not going to go through everything, by the way, in this, just because otherwise I might be going on for too long about it. So there's kind of a few different ways you can use your inventory if you well, technically, if you're using it in a designated way or something like that. I mean by pretty much in a simple way or something like that, you can technically use it in a really good, easy way. Technically not, to be honest with you, but I know it's completely really easy when you technically use it or something like that. So when you do end up using it in an easy way, it will be a little bit easier when you do end up using it. So yeah, that's kind of the few ways of what to talk about inventory at the moment, because when you do end up using it, it will be completely easy to be able to use, and when you do end up using it or something like that. But the most important thing I do love about the inventory is basically when you craft stuff, like when you craft items or anything like that, and when you dye stuff, like and also when your pockets are full, you can. So basically, for example, if I don't need the door, I could just put the door back and just say if I need leather, I can put that in there. So yeah, that's kind of the way how it works, because I just love it how you can just I can press a button and I can just click the ones that I want. And sometimes I have done it in rush mode, and what I mean by rush mode is I've done it in a little bit of a rush mode where I've technically I've done this. So you can't see, like, look how quick I've done it, so something like that. So that's technically one thing that I've done, by the way. So I've done it in a completely, like rushing way. That's kind of the way how I've done it. And then that's kind of a few ways you can do it if it's in a bit of a rush way or something like that. That's kind of a few ways you can do it or something like that. So yeah, but I think it's a really good to be able to use them. Like, I know that some of them are basically a little bit difficult to use, but apart from that, I think they are pretty much easy to be able to use, because when you actually compare them to anything else, I think they are completely like really, really easy to be able to use an inventory, and like doing them like completely quick as well is just completely brilliant when you're trying to completely like do them completely quick or anything like that, when you're trying to like slide stuff or anything like that. So another thing you can do, by the way, is basically when you go to a chest. So I think in the Woodland Mansion they do have a chest room. There should be a chest room somewhere in the Woodland Mansion. I don't even know where it is actually. It should be somewhere around here. There should be a chest room in here. I don't know where it is in the mansion. There should be one around here. I can't remember where it is actually though. I can't remember where that chest room is, but I think I might as well just make a chest actually, because it would just be a little bit easier than just finding that chest room. So I don't think there's any Illingers around. No, there's no Illingers around here. So what I'm going to do, by the way, is I'm just going to quickly just make myself a chest, by the way, because there's actually a really good way you can use them with chests, by the way. So if I just make one of these very quickly, so if I just put that down here, you can see that you can put everything in here as quickly as you can. So if I just put everything in here, look at how quick you can do it. Like, this is how quick you can actually put stuff in there. It's pretty incredible, isn't it? Like, I know that you can see that I've still got stuff at the moment, but that is technically how easy it is, and including like putting everything back in your inventory. It's just really easy to be able to use. And like, look at how easy it is to use the inventory as well. So that's kind of like the few other ways of how inventory normally works, because it's one of them sort of ones that where technically it usually fits in right and it usually completely works. And yeah, that's technically what I love about the inventory, because it's just completely a really good thing to be able to use and something like that. And I think to be honest with you, I think it's just really easy, to be fair. Like, I know it's not that difficult when you're putting like completely stuff in the right place, but when you actually compare it, it's just completely really easy to do, and I think it's just really cool. So yeah, I think it's really easy to be able to use your like use your tools completely right and something like that, and yeah, you can be able to do that as well. And also with like the armor method as well. So basically, every single time when you've got new armor, when you've already crafted it, you need to put it in your slots. And basically, that's kind of the other way of actually how that works, or something like that. I know it might be a little bit difficult to use it, but I think that's another thing you can be able to use for that when you do get a little bit stuck a little bit. But I think it's still a good thing to be able to to use in a completely good style. And like, every time when you put a crafting table or a furnace down or something, and every single time when you put coal in a furnace or something like that, and that's another good thing I do like about it as well. Like, when you're technically putting coal in a furnace, it's completely easy to get out of the inventory as well. So that's technically like another thing that I do love about the inventory, just because it's just a really good thing to be able to use. So there we are then, guys. So that was my how to play episode of using the inventory. It's absolutely completely simple, you guys. It's really dead easy. Like, only the thing you'll probably struggle on is when you put stuff in the inventory. It's probably another thing you'll probably struggle on, but everything else is just completely easy. And yeah, that is absolutely fine. So yep, so basically plenty more of these little how to play videos coming up very soon. So the next one is going to be, oh, I pressed the wrong button again. So next one is going to be chests, and chests is going to be another easy one again. So make sure you stick with that coming up next time. So yep, hope you guys enjoyed this how to play. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.